guys, how you doing? It has been a long time, and I'm sorry, things have been busy. Dogs ate my homework, Martian invasion, zombies. There were zombies, that is a fact. But I'm back, and we're learning to play Journey's Don't Stop Believin'. But I'm emphasizing sort of a background guitar part that would support a solo instrument or a vocalist. Let's say you have a singer who wants to sing that song, and you just have a guitar, and you've got a medium level of skill. This is an arrangement that you could do, and it sounds great. Now I'm using my fingers. I'm not using a pick, partially because that pick is way over there and I'm too lazy to reach it, but partially because I think this arrangement sounds pretty cool, because you can really get punchy chords with fingers. Now, those of you guys who are not accustomed to fingerstyle playing, it's not really that complicated. This is my bass player. This is my guitar player, and I'm using either two fingers, sometimes I'm using three. I've got about a year and a half or 2 years of classical training and years of playing fingerstyle behind me that you may not have, but you can get a thumb and two fingers to work together with a little bit of work, and I use my fourth finger to sort of brace my hand on the guitar, and my thumb is just rocking out on the low string. So if you practice doing a little move like that, E string and then top two strings, and get a little bit of independence between the thumb and the fingers, you're going a long way towards being able to play this. I want to walk you through the chord family. Now this is the original key, it's in the key of E, so the first chord is E, and the next chord is B. There's a lot of ways to play B. Most of the guitar books say to play it this way, which is first finger and then second, third, and fourth finger down the fourth fret. To me that's very uncomfortable because I don't like that space between these two fingers. I don't really care for it. I'm willing to abandon that fingering. I'm also willing to abandon the E string for this chord. I think it's a note that we don't need. So I'm just going to do a bar of the third finger across the D string, G string, B string, and then land this index on the A string. And now I'm using three fingers and a thumb, and the great way to play a chord in the fingerstyle is you set your fingers first. Set them on the strings you're going to play and just peel them right off. Just like that. The hard part is getting the thumb and the fingers not to bump into each other, because we are opposable thumb people, right? That's how we built civilization and guitars and music. But we have to undo all that to get the fingers and the thumb to move like this. My first teacher called it twisting, close the pickle jar. That's what he called it. And it's a motion where the thumb is going opposite of the fingers. I don't expect you guys to learn this immediately. It took me 2 years because I'm hard-headed and stubborn. I'm sure none of you guys are hard-headed or stubborn, but this is the motion. So this is where you can get snappy little sounds like that. So we have E, we have B, the next chord is C sharp minor. Your first finger comes up to the fourth fret, and your other three fingers make what I call my students an A minor shape, right? If you can see an A minor, if you refingered the A minor to 2, 3, 4, that's exactly the shape that's happening up here. And it's the four middle strings, so my right hand is covering those four middle strings. And then A. Now everyone knows A by this fingering, or this fingering, or this fingering, but I just do that. One of the main reasons I do that is I don't need to use the E string. I'm not going to use the E string almost in any of these chords. One of the things I've learned over the years accompanying singers is this string usually plays notes that's in the same range that they're singing. And singers get very testy when you're playing the same notes that they're singing. In fact, they get downright testy and unfriendly and usually very emotional. So we avoid the first string. It avoids a lot of headaches, trust me. So, and plus these chords sound great, right? They sound really good. And when I play the E, I usually avoid the E string as well. I'll play the thumb on the E string, and my fingers will play D string, G string, B string. Like that. So those are the four chords in the front part of the song. Then we have the famous bass line, and that was incorporating the bass line into the chords. Fortunately, the bass line sets you up for each new chord very well. I'm going to play the bass line by itself. It starts on open E, and then the second time it ends a little differently. When that happens, I have to do a different chord. This one right here, this is a finger buster. This is called E over G sharp. And it's just an inversion of E. I'm holding, this may require some flexibility on your part. I'm holding kind of an E power chord. So we've got E, B, and E. Let's see what's going on here. Fourth finger, second string. Fourth, what did I say? No. I said fourth string, second fret. That's what I really meant. Third finger is on third string, fourth fret, and pinky is on second string, fifth fret. Well, now I've got an easy version of this one too, so don't panic. And while I've got all this going on, my second finger reaches way down on the E string, fourth fret, and I'm playing this string, this string, this string, and this string. Now, if you can't play this version of the chord, just abandon this string and play the chord with this finger here, which is really a lot easier. So I'm holding first finger, that's the same place, holding D string, second fret, and then third finger is going up onto the low E string, fourth. So this is much more comfortable than my pinky sticks on G string, fourth. And this one sets you up for your A, which is right there. Plus it sounds really good. Now we haven't gotten to the second part of the song. We'll look at that in a minute, but I want to incorporate this bass line with the first four chords. Here's how I do it. The first part is easy. It's actually not too hard, because it's low E string, second, fourth, then A string, second, and there's your B chord. The next part's not all that difficult either. It's also A string, it's fourth, sixth, fourth. And it sets you up for your C sharp minor pretty well. And the next part's a bit of a jump, and I use these two fingers to grab it so I don't have to position my hand. I don't like shifting my hand position unless I really have to. I think good guitar playing is all about efficiency and economy of motion wherever possible. Even though getting efficiency is a little more difficult. I think it takes a little more work, but it's worth the effort. So, A string, 6th, 7th fret, and then open string. Now we've got our A chord. There's another reason I use this first fingering for A. It's really easy to do. A lot of coordination going on. Break it down really slowly. That was a mistake. Then, and that's the end of the line, and then it repeats from there. Second part right here. So you just play it that way. Okay, now we're going to look at the second part of the tune. We've got some interesting chords going on.